Breakfast Bible Bites.
Well, good morning and welcome to today's Breakfast Bible Bites. And our story today is taken from the book of Joshua in the Old Testament in chapter 5, and it's the story of Joshua and the Battle of Jericho. So the Israelites had been in the wilderness with Moses, but it was time now for them to enter the promised land, the land that God had promised to give them way back when Abraham was still alive. God had promised Abraham that his descendants would come back to the promised land, and they were there. Moses had died, and Joshua was about to lead the armies of Israel and all the people into the land to take it so they could live in it. And when they went over the Jordan River, they went into the land, and Joshua sent some spies ahead of them to check out the cities and the people and to see how hard it would be to take the land. And the spies went to a city called Jericho, and they checked it out and they had a look around to see what it was like. And while they were there, they were helped by a woman named Rahab. And the spies promised her that because she had helped them, God would protect her and her family when they came to take the city. So the spies went back and reported to Joshua, and Joshua led the people to the city of Jericho. Now the city of Jericho was really big. It had massive high walls. It was super strong. And I think the Israelites looked at it and thought, how on earth are we ever going to take that city? But God said, I will take the city if you do what I say. And he told the Israelites to do some really funny sounding things. They had to walk around the city. All of the people with the Ark of the Covenant and the priests blowing their horns, they had to walk around the city once every day for 7 days, and then they had to do it 7 times on the 7th day. So the people did that. They walked around the city over and over again. The priests blew their trumpets and the people were shouting and marching, and I think all the people in Jericho thought they were mad. But you know what happened? Right on the last time, the priests gave one long blast of the trumpet and all the people shouted. And the walls of Jericho came tumbling down before them, and they went in and they took the city. But of course, God kept his promise to Rahab, and she and her family were safe, and they joined the Israelites. But this story makes a really important and encouraging point for us today. Joshua had hundreds of thousands of people with him and quite a strong army. But the city of Jericho was big and fortified and strong. And there was no way that they were going to be able to march in and take it by themselves. But they still managed to do it. And the only thing that made the difference was that God was with them. The Bible says that we can do all things through Christ. It's not about us, about how strong we are, about how clever we are, but it's about Christ in us, who enables us to do all things. Now, we're not going to have to go and take a city or march around it, but we do face things in our life that are difficult. And the Bible says that we will be able to do it if we place our trust in God and we allow him to do it through us, just like he worked through Joshua and the armies of Israel to take the city of Jericho for his people.